Let's do one more so that you have record. Graph one period of y equal 3 cosine of 1/2 x plus pi over 4. Now, like I said, before we do anything, we need to convert it into the form, which is this form, right? Meaning you have to factor out the b. So I start out y equal 3 cosine of 1/2 being factored out. What's left was x plus pi over 4 times 2 over 1. Right? Because you factor out 1/2, you're gonna account for that. You can check by distributed back. 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times this, 1/2 and 2 over 1 cancel, which is 1. So pi over 4. So it checked. Now let's clean this up, which is equal to 3 times cosine 1/2 x plus what? 2 divided by 4 is 2 here. So I'm gonna talk about this one with this one. So there's a 2 down here. So x plus pi half. Now that's the form that we want. We can stop it right there. If you look at that form, you know that A is 3, B is 1/2, right? And C divided by B is negative pi over 2. Remember, the formula is x minus C over B. So x plus pi over 2 is the same thing, x minus pi over 2. That's why we move to the left, right? So even though you see positive, it's actually negative according to the formula, right? So C over B is negative pi over 2. Long story short, every time you see positive, just replace with a negative. The second box, they just allow you to list these things out. So A is 3. The period is, remember what I said, period is equal to 2 pi divided by 3. I'm sorry, divided by B, right? So here is 2 pi. B is 1/2, right? B is 1/2, which is 2 pi times 2 over 1, which is 4 pi. So the period is 4 pi. Remember, you can replace B in here to solve to get the period. Phase shift is C over B, which is negative pi over 2. The last box is period divided by 4. Period is 4 pi divided by 4, which is pi. And we're going to need that value to find the 5 key points. X1 is C over B, which is negative pi half. Now, how do I find negative pi half? How do I find the y coordinate? That's x coordinate. Well, you can plug it back into the original problem, right? Or you can plug it back in here, right here. Doesn't matter which one you plug it in. Let's plug it in that one, the one that we modified. You can use a calculator though, okay? So this, if I plug it in, you don't have to write this down. Just watch me. 3 times cosine of 1/2, x is negative pi half plus pi half, right? Negative pi half plus pi half, that's what? That's 0, right? So that thing is 0. 1/2 times 0 is 0. So 3 cosine of 0. What is cosine of 0? On the unit circle. Right here, cosine of 0 is 1. Right? Because that point right there is 1 comma 0. Right? Cosine of 0 is 1. So this implies 3 times 1, which is 3. So this point right here is 3. You can use your calculator. It'll give you 3. Make sure you you plug in the formula right. X2, so that is the maximum, right? Remember the pattern. It go from max and go down to the x-intercept and go down to minimum and go back up to the x-intercept and then max. You see the pattern, right? So the next point, x2 is equal to x1, which is negative pi half, plus period divided by 4, which is pi, which is equal to, should have write, let me write smaller. Negative pi half plus pi equal pi half. Equal pi half. Right, so x2 is pi half. Now, without even do anything, without even plugging the pi half into there, I know this is the y-coordinate is going to be 0, right? Because like I said, it's a pattern. If it go max, it's going to go down to the x-intercept, and then it can continue down to the minimum, and then go back up to the x-intercept, and then to the maximum. That pattern is repeated itself. X3 equal x2, which is pi half, plus the period divided by 4, which is pi, which is equal to 3 pi half. Now that's my x coordinate. The y coordinate is going to be what? It's going to be negative 3. That's your minimum, right? If this is max, if this is x-intercept, it's going to be the minimum. Or you can use your calculator to check that. X4 is x3 plus period divided by 4. So 3 pi half plus pi, which is 5 pi half. So 5 pi half, comma. Now it's the minimum. We're going to go back up to the x-intercept. So 0 there, right? And last is going to be x5 equal x4, which is 5 pi over 2 plus pi, which is 7 pi divided by 2. If the x-intercept is going to go back to the maximum. So 7 pi over 2. The maximum is 3. Cannot be more than 3. So those are your points. Let's graph this. Let me do these point in red. Let me put the tick mark. So say negative pi over 2 is here. So this is 0. Pi over 2, 3 pi over 2 pi over 2, the same thing is pi. 5 pi over 2. I showed you the trick earlier. My scale for the y-axis is go from negative 3 to 3. Let's plot the points down. Negative pi half 0, 3, which is here. Pi half 0, 3 pi half negative 3, 5 pi half 0, and 7 pi half 3. Connect the dot. So that is my 1 period.